Good afternoon and welcome to a wet and blustery day in the South Lakes and the all-new CR-V, Honda's biggest SUV. It's practical, it's fun, and yes, it's hybrid. And this is the latest gen. I'm Ben Quirk, welcome to Planet Auto. The CR-V first appeared back in 1997, and it was Honda's answer to a family SUV, and it ticks so many boxes. It was roomy, it was mega practical, and it had a range of powertrains. Now this one, you'll be glad to know it's petrol, so there isn't an electric. However, it is hybrid, and it uses the EHEB system. Very similar to, say, Jazz. It's just got a bigger engine, whereas that has a 1.5, this has a 2 litre. One of these will do, I think it's just under 600 miles per tank. And then if you go for an EFEV, you'll even get 50 miles of pure electric range. Now this, yes, it doesn't have a pure electric mode, but what it does do is use the electric motor to aid acceleration and some of the operations of the vehicle. Economy has been increased too. This offers around 50 miles per gallon. They claim closer to 47, but Annabelle had it, I think it was around 52. Even when I've been flooring it around the back lanes, I'm still getting 47 to the gallon, so I'm very happy with that. It doesn't really matter that it's not got pure electric mode, because 9 times out of 10 when you set off on it and you're doing low speed driving, etc., it's going to be in electric mode anyway. But when you start cruising and not flooring it all the time, it will use electric mode up to, I think on the Jazz it was around 65 miles an hour, so I expect similar on this. And the best part about EHEV, you don't have to charge it. It does it all with coasting and regenerative braking. And to be honest, we're seeing a lot of people that want that. Now both models use a 2 litre Atkinson cycle system with an electric motor and a battery, and I think it's about 18.7 kilowatts. In the previous gen it was a similar size, but this is more power dense. Also, for the first time, CR-V has 360 Honda sensing, what I class as cutting edge leading safety. Now yes, this isn't the most cost effective solution for a vehicle. This one's $49,995, and there's 2 trims to choose from, Elegance and Advance. And we've got the Advance, meaning we get things like a panoramic, Bose sound system and ventilated seats. All models get heated, but we get ventilated too. Now it's certainly changed since the previous gen. I mean, just look at the new face. It looks more modern, sleek, and dare I say it, civic-like, and we're always going to like that. Things like the slimmed down lights. But it's not just skin deep. They've changed things like the subframes, used different materials, made things lighter. It's longer, it's wider, it's more practical. It ticks so many boxes. I mean, it did to start with, but now, in a word, it's just better. The other one didn't look dated per se, but you can tell this is the new direction. This is Canon River Blue, and there's 6 other colours to choose from. And that option for a premium paint is 695 quid. I don't think that's too bad. For the first time, CR-V has now got resins, which increase rigidity. Before that, we'd only seen them on models like the Civic. It's more stable at higher speeds. They've revised the steering system. They've even increased the power of the motors. Ours is all-wheel drive, meaning you can take it off the beaten track. Interestingly, the EFEV's front-wheel drive. Now one thing that did lack on CR-V, the all-wheel drive would turn off. On this latest breed, it doesn't. It's permanently aware, which means it will take hold whenever anything feels untoward. If you like this type of video, why not subscribe to the channel? You just hit the button on the right hand side. It's free and you'll get an alert every time we upload. Also, if you do like the video, why not give it a like? It all helps and it means we can get more cars. Thank you. Now I used to think previous CR-V was a rather good looking SUV, but that's before I saw this. They've lessened the chrome, but it's still rather prominent. But this grille, semi-clamshell bonnet, lovely curvature here. And if you've noticed, the headlamps have slimmed down far more since the previous gen. That's the benefit of LED lights though. They're automatic, you've got high beam assist, and they're adaptive. Now, I touched on Honda Sensing before and said it is one of my favourites. Collision mitigation, AEB, road sign recognition, lane keep assist, lane departure warning, and the list goes on. Parking sensors and a front camera. You can tell it's hybrid with the blue surrounding the H. Lower down, we've got similar styling, almost splitter-like. Thing is, this isn't all for looks. It's for efficiency too. For example, it makes an air curtain around itself so the air's pushed in here Also, vents open up and suck in the air, or the air is forced in, as it were. And then that pins the vehicle to the road, making it more efficient. It's classy, yet it's got modest looks. Now, it may not be what you class as an off-roader, but it does have, well, off-road capabilities, caliber if you will. And look at the space in the arches and the ride height. It'll suit you a treat in winter. It's also got a brand new snow mode. 18-inch wheels, a lovely dark grey colour, and a decent profile tyre. Power folding door mirrors with blind spot detection, black roof rails, a chrome surround on the windows. It's nice to see that the windows are quite deep. Let's take a look inside. Colour-coded door handles and keyless entry. The door opens nice and wide, and that's a decent opening. Soft touches, gloss plastic and a brushed metal effect. Padded areas and a decent door pocket. Electric seats with memory function. Climbing in, child's play. And yes, a grab handle. Nice to see a light headliner. Lovely leather wrapped steering wheel and a rather Civic styled interior. Lots of rotaries, decent infotainment screen, power tailgate, and I can disable my traction control. Won't be doing that. And I've just noticed I've got a Bose tweeter here. Doors that cover the sills. Solid build quality, very nice. Lovely to see a big panoramic. It's very well set out and it's far more modern than the previous gen. I do like the mix of materials in here. Soft touches, admittedly a plastic, but it's got a great feel to it. And I love this in Civic. Brushed metal effects throughout the vehicle. And yes, you will find harder plastics, but yet again, decent quality. Everything's solid. As you can see, I'm actually shaking the vehicle. Everything's within easy reach of the driver. The 12 volt, the USBs, and you've got a USB-C and a USB-A. Storage point here and a wireless charger. Would have been nice to see dual, but it's not a deal breaker. Electronic handbrake with hill start assist and a brake hold function. The drivetrain. Park, reverse if you push this backwards, and then you've got neutral and drive and B. Now what's B? B's brake mode. So you put that on if you want to regen more, say on a steeper hill. Hill descent control. Switchgear has a great feel to it. I also do like the chrome trims around it, and these are digital readouts. As with the Advance, we've got the heated and ventilated seats. And for the first time ever, Honda have incorporated a body stabilizing seat, which helps with lumbar and spinal support. Big chunky stalks, very easy to operate, paddles and proper buttons. And it is a heated steering wheel. The cluster, one of my favourites, digital analog. Nice and colourful too. On the left hand side you can see your battery levels, what mode you're in the drivetrain, things like your media. You can also see when you're putting power down and when it's regenning. In the centre you can see your safety, things like your adaptive cruise control. And they have tweaked that. It is quite remarkable what they've upgraded on this, but it was the same with the Civic. Not the biggest infotainment screen, but it does the job perfectly. And a rotary for volume and buttons throughout. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, you can set some of the car's settings, you can install apps, Bluetooth, so we can see the range, and also what your battery and your drivetrain's doing. Your power flow. Nice and responsive, easy to use. And I can't forget the Bose sound system, subwoofer in the boot, and it does sound banging. Great driving position, reach and rake adjustment in the steering wheel, fair bit too. Comfortable seat, as I mentioned it's electric, but it's genuine, real leather. Supportive, buckety, heated and ventilated. And I've got a footrest on the left hand side, excellent for a long haul. It's 6'3", about 1.5 inches, not bad for my height. Great to see a chunky armrest in the middle, and I think it's wide enough for myself and Annabelle. Decent storage, dual zone climate, and to turn off, now that's fast. The glove box is, well, it's lockable, so that's a mega plus. Yeah, it's not the biggest, and the manual is a tome. But apart from that, we're all good. Now, it wouldn't be a Honda without a sunglasses holder. You've also got a mirror here, so you can see your rear occupants. Map reading lights, SOS, and you can operate your sunroof. I almost forgot, we've got electronic lumbar support adjustment here too. CR-V has a great design. The silhouette, it's an attractive looking SUV and it's fully equipped. Discs all round with the front being vented. Let's take a look inside. The door opens nice and wide, almost 90 degrees. Soft touches once again. padded armrest, electric window, and yes, rear heated seats, 2-stage. Nice to see. Decent door pocket, and they've lightened it up nicely too. Look at that for legroom. Stepping in, well, I have to duck my head a little bit, but apart from that, great legroom, and I can get my feet under the seats. Headroom, it could do with having a little more, but at my height, 6'3", it's still, what, about an inch? So it is doable. The one thing I have noticed is this seems raised, so it means that my legs are really comfortable. I've also got great visibility through the centre. The privacy glass just doesn't affect it, but that's a benefit with having a decent back window. I love the headliner, it makes it light and airy. Also the big deep windows, absolutely no problem seeing out. Comfortable buckety seats, leather once again, pull down armrest in the centre with 2 cup holders, USBs in the centre and some vents, map reading lights, airbags around the vehicle, and ISOFIXes. Now this would be great for a long haul, whether you're in the front or the rear. Adjustable front seat belts and adjustable rear seat belts. And finally, mat pockets on each seat and a grab handle above every door. Great work, Honda. Let's take a look at the rear. This is another one of those SUVs that it's really easy to climb out of at my height. That's great to see. Ah yes, I almost forgot. You can recline the rear seat, but there is no slide. Well, they've certainly revised the rear. It's far cleaner, more modern, sleek if you will. LED lights that wrap around and climb up here. Lots of tech too. Cross traffic alert, rear sensors, reversing camera. And look, exhausts. And it's finished off with a sporty rear spoiler, high level brake light, and a shark fin. It just looks smart. Let's take a look in the rear. Power tailgate. I can either open it with a button here, button on the key fob, or a button on the dash. Oh no! Yep, safety functions built in. You can set the height by holding it in at whichever level you want here. And this, I love this function. If I press this, as soon as I walk away, it shuts the tailgate. Great storage, and I do love to see one of these mats. Perfect for Wellington bobbles, large dogs, wet cats, you name it. And yes, inflation kit. Now we use that on one of our vehicles. Perfect little bit of kit, and it does stow under here. Extra storage, and yeah, you've got the stuff that you put in your tyre if you get a flat. No spare wheel. Stowage points here and here. Shopping bag hooks, 12 volt, light here and a light here. And there's your Bose sub. You quite easily get, what, say a couple of months, maybe 3 months shopping in here, and a shed load of suitcases. Well, that's a decent level of recline. Didn't realise it went that far back until I took a look at the back. Load cover, nice and easy to remove. Sadly, it won't stow under the floor. To drop the seats is nice and easy. I do have to come round to the passenger side, but then you just pull up this lever, and then, if you've noticed, the seat moves forward, laying, well, pretty much flat. Yeah, that's a great design. I quite easily get my e-bike in there. Let's take a look under the bonnet. To release, pull the little lever here. Push the lever right. Struts, love it. Nice and straightforward to see where to top up fluids. It's good to see, well, an old school engine in there, even though it has got all the electrics. Old school radiator top, great to see. And it's nice to see that the air intake is at the top of the engine. Perfect if you're going to do a little bit of wading. Okay, let's get behind the wheel. Welcome to the new CR-V. Under the bonnet we've got a 2-litre petrol engine with an Atkinson cycle system. In a word, it's very similar to the Jazz's eHev system. Now, there is no pure electric mode, however, it does do quite a few things in electric mode. For example, we're just driving through the village now and we're in electric mode. It just doesn't have a physical button to select it. If you go for the PHEV, it does, and you'll get 50 miles. But the eHev, the benefit is you don't have to charge it. And there you go, the petrol engine is just kicked in. It's well refined, but if you floor it, it will make a bit of noise. But it can also dig its heels in, so yeah.
I find it really peppy to drive. Very smooth. It is. Mind you, that's the benefit of a petrol motor and a petrol engine, sorry, and an electric motor. It's the best of both, isn't it?
Yeah, CR-V's always been good since its launch in 1997, but now it's just, well, it's far exceeded anything you drove back in the 90s. And it's fun. And that's the thing. They've looked at this and thought, actually, it's a big SUV, but we want it to handle well. We'll tighten up the steering, we'll sort out the suspension, we'll make it feel more stable at higher speeds.
Oh, well, they've done that in spades,
I was going to say they've done it, yeah. Economy, it claims around 47 to the gallon.
And what did I get?
52. And currently I'm getting 46.7, which isn't bad in the way I drive. It's far more agile and dynamic than you might give it credit for.
Well, no, that's it. You'd expect it to be a bit more wallowy, and it's just not.
It's got a little bit of body roll,
But that adds to comfort.
Yeah, exactly.
And boy, has it been comfortable, because I've spent quite a lot of time in this car over the past week.
You've probably driven it more than me.
I think I have, actually.
I mean, it's done so many journeys back and forth to Lancaster. I just enjoy driving it. Mind you, that's why we chose it to go on the long haul all the way down to, well, it was Goodwood, wasn't it?
It was. Goodwood Revival. Wow.
And it never skipped a beat. Still looks the same, but it's got different materials, resins to make it more refined as well as increase rigidity. It's got lighter subframes, and that's front and rear. It's wider, it's longer. The other thing is, it's not quite as wide as you might think. Then the car's had absolutely no problem passing us. And it is rather narrow, isn't it, Annabelle? But what it offers in practicality and, well, cool features, it's one that would really suit the family.
Well, that's it. It's practical, functional, it's tech-loaded, safety everywhere.
Oh yeah, Honda Sensing 360 as well. So their latest system. It's what you might call rather advanced.
Yeah.
Blind spot detection, clusters nice and straightforward to read. Things like road sign recognition. You can see when it's using power and when it's putting power back into the battery, because the way that this recharges is with using regenerative braking. So,
Yeah. Well, that's it.
oh look, a Jazz.
It is jazz country though here, isn't it?
Oh,
hello. Yeah. Oh look, yay, hello. Then the only thing it's lacking.
That's the CR-V.
It is, yeah. Almost same colour as well, I think.
Yeah. Now we're descending this little hill. I can feel the regen too. Now paddles, that's how you adjust your regen. Very cool. It's quiet, isn't it? I mean, just look at the blustery wind and how much is actually getting into the cabin.
Nothing.
The other thing with Honda Sensing, it'll keep this solid as a rock, yeah.
I think we're just gliding silently around here, aren't we?
Yeah.
Smooth.
Lots of space, so you can just stuff plants and who knows what in the back. Now that's retro.
Very much so. Whoa.
Also the tightness of the steering. Nice and weighty, great feedback, easy to manoeuvre. It's set up well. And compared to the previous gen, they've not just changed some of the driving's dynamics and setups, etc. They've also increased the motor. We've got all-wheel drive, and there's a new driving mode, snow. So you've got eco, sport, normal, and snow. Nice. Turning circle's not bad, is it? Look at that. Wow.
Oh, I completely lost it there. And look at all Benton just laugh at me, for goodness sake.
Wow, that was fun. Even over this, that's a bad bit of road and it takes it very well. The suspension's not just comfortable, it seems to know how to deal with certain terrain. So
it's intuitive, isn't it?
Well, it also monitors the vibration on certain models.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it's this or the FEV, but no, it's rather advanced. It's a smooth drive. It's got decent acceleration. The interesting thing is, it's not just, I suppose the way I'm going to put it is, if you floor it from standstill, it's not the quickest, but if you're at, say, 5-7 miles an hour and then put your foot down, it feels a fair bit faster than it would in a launch. And
on the other side of that, the brakes are great. It stops as well as it goes.
Yeah. Also, its transition from petrol back to electric it's
seamless.
Completely.
Yeah. I've really enjoyed driving this car, to be honest.
Can hear a little bit of road noise, but it's not the greatest road in the world, is it? Considering the size of the SUV.
It's very agile.
Yeah.
handles corners really well.
It does.
And even sitting as a passenger, I wasn't thrown about, it was very comfortable.
An acceleration.
See? It's got its...
And that's nowhere near the floor. And I do like a level of regen when it comes to corners. And don't forget, it's not just drive mode down here, it's brake mode too. So that increases your regen.
But if you're looking for an SUV, you can't go far wrong with a CR-V. It ticks so many boxes, as we said.
It does, and I don't think the 50 grand price tag's particularly expensive.
With what you get for it.
Yeah, and when you think a Super Mini's 20,000 now.
Yeah. It's what you've come to expect from Honda.
It's full of functionality, practicality and versatility. And we like CR-V, but to be honest, we like Honda vehicles. If you're not ready to take that step towards full electric or even plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, this is one to certainly try. The eHev system is pretty damn good, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, well, as you mentioned, Ben, it's a great stepping stone.
It is. Thanks for watching.